What's up YouTube? Welcome back to my Pokemon Sapphire walkthrough. In the last episode we caught the very last Reggie Ice, and now we are going to catch Rayquaza in Sky Pillar. But before I want to start on to actually getting Rayquaza, I was messing around a little bit in this episode, so I do apologise for that, but I did actually find something funny. Okay, so obviously for catching Rayquaza you'll need a Pokemon with Surf, but to that in a second. Okay, so I was kind of going along route 132, back this way towards where you awaken the Reggies. I was just looking around. I don't know really what the hell I was doing. I wasn't actually sure what I was doing. But yeah, I was just surfing around and something pretty funny actually happened up here. And so I was just following like the little currents, looking for something. I don't know what I was even doing. I was just having one of those moments. Anyway, so I'm just going to keep going across here, and I popped out just in front of Slateport City. Where are you? And where is it? It'll be up here in a second. I know it is. There it is. Look, it's half a tree. And I saw half a tree poking out the water. I just found that rather hilarious that half a tree was poking out the water. It must be some like little glitch or so in the game. I'm not sure. I've never actually noticed that before. I definitely have never noticed that before. So that's pretty funny. It's like a random tree in the middle of the water. I don't think that's there, actually. I don't think that's supposed to be there, but it's like kind of like half a tree. But anyway, let's actually get on what we want to do into this episode. Okay, I'm not even prepared for this guy. My body's not ready, so I'm gonna have to buy some. I think I'm gonna have to buy some repels and some balls and stuff. Okie dokie. Let me see. I also got really tripped out by this those little log things you walk in. It's really strange. Okay, I think I've got them. Actually, shit. No, I don't. Okay, so before versing Rayquaza, I would definitely recommend getting a lot of max repels and just a shit ton of Ultra Balls, Time Balls, Repeat, but whatever you like actually using. It does appear at level 70, so it's not the easiest Pokemon to catch if your team's under level. Oops, I went to Evergrande City, my bad. Oh look, you can catch Corsola and Loftus there, Magikarp, Pelipper, Tentacool, Welma, and I always call that Seagull. Anyway, so let's go to Moss Deep City because that's got my favourite range of things. One of my favourite ranges. Okay, welcome, how may I serve you? Let's buy something. Let's buy... Oh, whoops. I don't even have any money. I'm poor. Okay, we'll get a max repel. Let's see, we're going to have to sell some of that stuff. Okay, I probably wouldn't recommend selling this stuff on an actual hard copy of the game, because you obviously can't get some of these things ever again. But I don't actually need any of these things, so I'm just going to sell them, just because it's a walkthrough. Sell that Stardust, that's pretty good. Where else? What else here? I must have a few TAMs that I don't actually even need. I'll get rid of Water Pulse. I wouldn't call Water Pulse the world's greatest TAM anyway. That shit could be enough, I think. Heart Scales are pretty pricey. I don't know. I don't want to sell. I normally don't sell this kind of stuff. Okay, that should do. Let me just buy a few more. I definitely suggest getting max repels because you bump into Pokemon all the time in Sky Pillar, and they're actually pretty high levels as well. So if you got like a, I don't know, if you got like a bit of an underleveled Pokemon at the start, it could be a bit annoying, I guess. Plus, it's just plain annoying bumping into like 2 million Pokemon before you're getting to Rayquaza. As well as being on your bicycle, you need to do these little jump things, and if you bump into a Pokemon, it actually stops. And then when you after you finish the battle, you have to go over it, and you won't have enough momentum, and the whole thing will just be grrr. It's just really annoying bumping into wild Pokemon. You'll fall down the whole thing. I'll actually show you. It's just an annoying little part in the game you need to do to get to Rayquaza. Okay, so it's been 5 minutes I've been messing around, not actually getting onto what I'm doing. I apologise for that. I'm just going to get the right Pokemon now. Let me just see. Let's get rid of Wailobs. I don't think I need this guy anymore. We'll deposit him into the PC. Let's get extra space for... Who do I want? I'm going to use Warren, because he's probably going to be a bit more handy against Rayquaza. Okay, let's do this. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to go to Pacific Town first. Just go walk on these little loggy things and surf off here with your surfing Pokemon. Actually, let me just check. That's all good. Okay, I've been procrastinating. What the hell am I doing? Let's surf. Come on, let's get this episode cranking. Okay, so surf off here. This little part, surprisingly, it's actually not very far from Pacific Town at all. It's pretty easy to get to. So go off Route 131. So off here you get your Magikarp, Pelipper, Sharpedo, Tentacool, Wailmer, and Wingull. It's pretty much the same in a lot of areas around here. So just follow like these little kind of rock thingy bobs. Whatever doing gets up there. Just follow them. It's not very far away at all, and you actually see like a little hole in there. So jump into that hole there. Okay, so we're in Sky Pillar. So in Sky Pillar, you can get the wild Pokemon here. You can get Altaria. Obviously, you can't get them to get in actual Sky Pillar, but you can get Altaria, Banette, Play-Doh, Golbat. Obviously, you can get Rayquaza and Sableye. And in Pokemon Ruby, you can get Dusclops and Morwell. Morwell's a pretty cool Pokemon. I do like him. I don't actually see it very often. I always found it weird that he had that big like mouth thing on the back of it. Anyway, this is one of the most annoying parts in the game. Right, so what you need is the Mac Bike that you get from that guy. Now, you have to... I made that look really easy, but you actually have to go over the tiles, or the little collapsing floor, in one shot without actually stopping, or you fall through and go back to the beginning. Well, not... or just the floor above, and you have to keep doing it. So, I recommend if you get to another area, save after that area, because if you mess it up, you go all the way down. So, this is probably the hardest bit to do. You can stop, take a little break there, and then go and do it in two, but make sure you get in those two middle ones there, so you can fall in the middle. Okay, right, so we're in the middle now. Give it a good save, because in case, you know, if you're not playing Emulator, in case your little brother or sister comes and turns your games off, and you will rage. Okay, so through here. It's pretty easy after you go do those couple of things. You just have to walk around this button now. So make sure before you start riding your bike, spam those max repels as well, because you don't want to be bumping into Pokemon while you're riding, as you'll fall straight through. Okay, so Rayquaza is just chilling here, sleeping here, I guess. Give the game a good save before you verse him, because you don't want to mess this up. I recommend not using your Master Ball here. You can get him, because he's not going to run away. And let's do this. Okay, so I outspeed him for some reason and go for Endeavour. He's going to go for Fly. I'm pretty confident that that's going to one-shot me, but I'm going to go for Endeavour anyway the next turn. So as I thought, it did one-shot me, so down goes Swallow, but he did a pretty good job anyway, because he's got half its health off with Endeavour. Endeavour's actually pretty handy, because it can match the opponent's HP to yours. So if you got low HP, you can make use of that. Alright, for starters, I would not recommend using any ice moves against Rayquaza, because it is dead weak to ice. Even if you're like 10, 20 levels lower than it, even 30 levels lower, it's very, very weak to ice. So don't hit it with an old blizzard like that, because it won't. Lucky that missed, because that probably would have one shot of it. Or would have got very close. Anyway, so I gave up after missing 2 blizzards, and I thought, it's probably going to die anyway, so that's all good. I know Fly's not going to do much to me, because I'm type rock. Let's go for a Yawn this time. Let's slow this thing down. The annoying thing about Rayquaza too, it's got Outrage, so an Outrage does a lot of damage as well, so and it's got Rest as well. It's got Outrage and Rest, so you can get it down to, whittle it down to a low amount of health, and it can actually rest all your damage off, which is really, really, really annoying. So Even if you got a Pokemon with Taunt would be amazing here, like an Absol or something like that would be really handy, so it can't use Rest, and then switch into something that resists its moves, like Relicanth is really good because it's really tanky, or something just really tanky in defense. You could even bust out your Regirock here, he'd be really handy in this situation. Okay, so I'm going to go into Flygon. I just want to whittle its health down just a little bit, just a whisker. Okay, I'm just going to go for a Rock Tomb because the good thing about Rock Tomb is it actually gives a speed lower as well. Okay, so Rayquaza is going to go for extreme speed. Unfortunately, that speed lower is probably not going to help too much, but this is super effective as well, which is cool. And that'll drop his speed too. I guess when he runs out of extreme speeds, it'll be a bit more handy. But anyway, I guess that lowered a little bit, so that can be a little bit handy, I guess. So just remember, it does have extreme speed, so it does have priority move as well, even if you're faster. Okay, I know it's super effective against that. So I'm going to go back into my Relicanth because he resists him pretty well. I know Outrage does hit at neutral, but I do need it to be asleep. Okay, so it flies up in the air, that's cool because I know I can resist that attack pretty well. I could go for a Surf here, so I'm going to go for probably a Surf here. Obviously I outspeed it because of that speed drop. It is handy against its other moves apart from extreme speed, so that's all good. So it goes to the sleep. Let's do this. Okay, I'm just going to keep spamming Surf because I know Surf's not going to do a hell of a lot of damage to it because it resists it pretty well. Okay, so I can just keep going for Surfs here. Let's go Surf. And I'm just getting into low red. Once again, with all legendaries, try and get them in that little last pixel if you can. I mean, it's not always, you can't always get him into there, but if you can, it's quite handy. So that breaks out on the first go. Great, awesome. It's real encouraging. I'm just going to spam Ultra Balls for a bit. So I don't want to crit him with Surf because I'm going pretty well at the moment. Okay, so it's going to go for Fly again. I'll go for Yawn next turn so I can put it back to sleep. Good thing about this is going to resist Fly again. Yeah, I would recommend a Pokemon like typing like Relicanth, even Regirock. So it's going to go for Outrage here, that's going to hurt a lot. And that's going to kill me, so I'm dead. Yeah, so it's on a Rampage now, so I've got an idea. Okay, so I'm going to go to my Walrein. I'm going to go for Dive because I know I'm going to outspeed, and that's going to miss with Outrage. And that's going to store one turn of Outrage out, and he'll go to sleep. So that saved me from taking some really damage. And I know Dive's not going to be that powerful, so it only does a little bit. So it's kind of a bit of a HM slave now, considering it's after game. I know I'm going to go for Waterfall because it doesn't have a terribly good attack, and Waterfall should just get it down to the pixel, and it did. My god, that was perfect. I've been pretty lucky getting that lady. Okay, so now it is in striking range for me to throw an Ultra Ball at him. Okay, so let's do this. 1, 2, 3, gotcha. Oh, so, it was so close too. I hate that so much. Okay, let's keep trying this. I reckon I'll be pretty close to getting it. Okay, let's do it again. So it breaks out in the first go. Awesome. I love it when that happens. 3 shakes, then it breaks out in the first go afterwards. Okay, last Ultra Ball. I've got this time, I know I do. So that's the third shake. Yes. Okay, so Rayquaza is caught. That is how you catch Rayquaza. And awesome. That's all I wanted to cover for the episode. Peace out, guys, and thanks for watching.